So there's a lot of mistake car users make and complain about it, not knowing the cause. I'm talking about the accelerator pedal. Now you can see there are all kinds of floor mats now in the market. Talking about aftermarket, not the one the vehicles usually comes with from factory. Problem is some of them are very, very thick. I'm talking about this floor mat. They are so thick that even it takes close to half of the space for the accelerator pedal to go down. You know, like this one now. It hardly, in fact, the thickness is so big that it takes some inches. It takes over some inches for the where the pedal is supposed to touch on the floor. You know, so sometimes, for example, if you are driving this car with this floor mat, if you push it down to the floor, you look as if the acceleration, that's the pedal, has a problem. As if the car, you know, is just throttled it halfway and not full throttle. So what I now discovered was, you can see this very thick. I mean, so thick that it covers a lot of space. But when you remove it and press it down, you know, it made a lot of difference. So what I did was, I cut it out. You know, I cut out. In fact, they actually provided a space on the mat in case the buyer, whoever prefers to cut it out, or if it's obstructing the accelerator pedal from doing its work. You know, but most people don't really care about all those things. So the customer bought this car and said that something is wrong. That he has driven other Peugeot same model and the acceleration is much better, where this one is as if the acceleration is halfway or doesn't, the car has a problem, it doesn't pull. So I now discovered the floor mat is the problem. So if you are buying a floor mat, I would suggest you go for a light one, not all these thick ones. However, if you must buy this thick one, then the one that you're going to put on the driver's, under the driver's dashboard or under the pedals, cut out some space. First of all, drop it, then note or mark the space where the accelerator travels. Then cut it out so that it won't obstruct or affect the work of the accelerator pedal. It also, if you don't do this as well, you may think, okay, I don't need it, I'm not a heavy right-footed guy. But if you don't do it, if there's a need to program this, because this is also an accelerator pedal sensor. So if you don't do it, it means when you want to program this pedal, it won't do it. The programming will not perform or won't actually, you know, yeah. So the program will not be complete, you know, because the sensor is supposed to touch the floor for the MTB, motorized throttle body, to open fully. So when you leave this thing here, what it means is it's halfway. So the motorized throttle body can only open halfway, not fully. So even if when you remove this and still press it, it will not open fully, because you have already programmed it to open only halfway. So I would suggest, if you have this thing, you cut it out and then you program this. You program the accelerator pedal position sensor for the motorized throttle body to open fully when there is need for that. I hope this video makes sense to any Peugeot user or any car user. Just check yours. You know, most of these modern cars now, they all have an accelerator position sensor attached on the pedal. Even if it's not attached on the pedal itself, it still affects it one way or the other, because if the pedal doesn't touch the floor, the pedal position sensor will stop halfway. Alright guys, talk to you guys soon.